Right. Okay. So, if you're a West Ham fan and you live on planet Earth, then you don't need me to persuade you that West Ham are in a bit of a mess at the moment. Now, there's loads of people at the moment going around saying, well, it's because of David Sullivan. Others saying, oh, it's because of Graham Potter. There's others saying it's because of the players and so on. And we've all got our opinions, and it might be one of those three, or it might be a combination of them, or whatever. And there's lots of discussion around that. I don't know the answer. This is not a video about what's wrong at the club and what needs to be put right. This is slightly different. You'll often hear fans from other clubs, but also you hear pundits on Talk Sport and Sky Sport and all that stuff saying, well, what exactly is it that West Ham fans want? Okay. And actually, I think that's not a bad question. And so what I've done, I've sort of thought to myself, right, okay, let's look at four options here. And I think there are pros and cons for each one. And for fans individually, I think to know what we want, like anything in life, if you think there's a problem, if you know what you want, there's a chance that you'll at least feel a bit more comfortable with things, or you might be able to work out a way of getting the thing that you want. So let me just go through the four options. And if you see me glancing down, I'll be looking at my notes because I'm sorry, I can't get all of this in my head in one go. Anyway, also option number one, we want success. We want to win games. Great, okay. We want to get in the Champions League. We want to compete for Europe. Wouldn't it be nice one day to do a Blackburn or a Leicester and actually win the league? Wouldn't that be something? Get into the Champions League? Well, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Yeah, possibly. I can see some pros and cons with that. We come back to it in a minute. The second option is kind of what we've got at the moment. Well, we know we're never going to really win the league. We're not going to get in the Champions League. We don't want to go down. We don't want to be in relegation battles every single year. But it'd be nice now and again to go away to Spurs and win, wouldn't it? And give us a few bragging rights and just get the occasional win. Whoa, wow, we just beat Liverpool 3-0. That was special. Good run in the Cup. Win the Carabao Cup. Win the FA Cup. That'd be nice. Pros and cons with that as well. Third option, actually get relegated. Go down and kind of rebuild and start again. Again, I can see pros and cons with that. Come back to that one. And then there's a fourth option, and that's give up. Now, stay with me. What I mean by that is that we start a new club. We start a new West Ham. I don't know, Irons FC, Thames Ironworks 25, whatever you want to call it. 1,000 people put £1,000 in each, got £1 million. You start up at non-league level, at the bottom of the pyramid. Now, I'm slightly involved with a non-league club. I support West Ham, but I support my local non-league club as well. And we play in what you would call Division A, or Step 4 of non-league football. It can be done. It really can be done. You can start at a low level, and with the right investment and the right people, you can build. Pros with that, cons with it. So go back to number one. We want success. Wouldn't it be great to win the Champions League, to win the Premier League, year after year? Yep, it would. You don't do that with players on £75,000 a week. You're paying them $250,000 per week. You got a team of prima donnas, probably. A lot of fake fans, more tourists than you can possibly imagine. People suddenly getting on the bandwagon. Everyone wants to support West Ham because they're really successful. I'm not sure that's necessarily such a good thing. I think it's something we might need to just think about a little bit. Is that really what we want? To be a new Man City, or to be glory hunters? To be a new Chelsea or an Arsenal? God, heaven forbid. I wouldn't want it, personally. Anyway, it's not about what I think. So yeah, the pros, great. We're top of the league. We're winning their games. Everybody loves us. I don't know if it's worth paying the price, to be brutally honest. I took at the second one. pretty much what we've got at the moment. Now, okay, we don't want to be in a relegation battle every year, so we need to improve a little bit. But if what we hope for is something like mid-table, with an outside chance of getting into Europe, maybe the Conference League, via the Carabao Cup, or possibly the FA Cup and getting into the Europa League now and again, winning some games, losing other games, surprising people, surprising ourselves. But we go over there and it's all right, it's okay, we have a laugh, we see our mates. There's a lot to be said for that. And at the moment, there's a lot of people saying, we want more, we want more. Do they want more in terms of we don't want to be in the relegation battle, or do we want more because we want success? I think we need to just be clear in our own minds precisely what it is we actually do want. Because people complain at the moment that we go over to that bowl of a stadium and you don't sit next to your mates. You've got different people sitting with you each time. There's lots of tourists over there already. Now, I've got nothing against tourists. I used to live in Spain. And I came over to West Ham once or twice a year. So I was a tourist. And, fair enough. You come to the ground, you're paying to go in. Yeah, that's okay. But it's not what certainly some of us oldies are used to. And there's an argument that says, can we kind of limit it just a little bit? The half and half scarves and the people sitting next to you on their phone or reading a book. I've seen that at the London Stadium. It's not great, is it? So what about that third option? We actually get relegated. Now, I'm not arguing that we should necessarily want to get relegated, although I know some people do. One of the advantages with that is we'd see change. We'd see big change. The value of the club could drop from what? I don't know, 800 million to 400 million, for example. Well, it makes it a slightly more attractive option for investors. So somebody might buy into the club, and that could mean bye-bye David Sullivan and Karen Brady and Daniel Katinsky and others. And it's a reset, and we kind of start again. We've seen teams go down before. We've seen, Man City, Newcastle, Leeds most recently. They come back. It takes a while. It's an opportunity to say, right, okay, we're going to kind of turn this back into a club that's getting 35,000 over there, but they're real West Ham fans. We gain our club. Now, I'm sounding like I'm arguing for it. I don't really mean to. I'm just trying to put across the idea that there are some reasons why going down may not be the end of the world. I know Chelsea and Arsenal Spurs fans will laugh at us and say, yeah, you're rubbish, you got relegated, you always do. You're a yo-yo club and so on. Who cares what they think? That is an option. And the fourth one, we start again. I mean, literally, we start again. We say, right, okay, God, I don't know about you, but personally, I'm pretty fed up, not only with West Ham, but I'm pretty fed up with top flight football. The money the players are earning, is it corruption? I don't know. Clubs who are using favoured agents all the time. And it's not just West Ham, they're all doing it. What's really going on? Costs a fortune to get in 10 quid for a pint of beer or whatever it costs nowadays. I haven't been since the Seville game. Well, I have, but only to a couple of games where we lost. So I'm a bit out of touch. But if we actually started again, and as I said at the beginning, you get 1,000 fans. By the way, I'm not saying I'll organise this. 1,000 fans, put £1,000 in each, you've got £1 million. Trust me. At step 4 or step 5 of non-league football, with £1 million behind you, you'll get 2-3 promotions year after year. Guaranteed. I promise you. You'll be at the National League One within about 3 years. Do a Wrexham then. You get outside investors in, you come in again. It's like, yeah, but we haven't got a stadium. There are non-league football clubs in South Essex. I'm not actually going to name any of them because I think that would probably be a bit unfair, but I can think of about 4 or 5 you could do a deal with. Change the name, change the colours, and it becomes a West Ham, a new West Ham, a Phoenix club. And we start again. At step 4, or Division 8 of football, average crowds are what, 400 or 500? A Phoenix West Ham could be getting crowds of 3,000 or 4,000. We'd blow other clubs out of the water. We would attract the best non-league footballers in the area, and we'd do it quickly. We really, really would. Again, it sounds now like I'm arguing in favour of it. If I had to choose one of the 4, that's probably the closest. And I did say at the beginning I'm not going to give my opinion, but you know what? Sorry, I am. I don't want to be a new Chelsea or a new Man City. I really don't. No, I don't like what we got at the moment, and I do want to see Potter gone, and I want to see Sullivan gone, and I don't want to be in relegation battles every single year. But on the other hand, it's kind of and it's better than just being a new Chelsea or a new Arsenal. I'm not sure I want to be that. Getting relegated, was it such a bad thing? I actually enjoyed watching us in that, was it 2011, 2012 season, getting promoted. It was right, it was fun. I went to the playoff final in Cardiff and I went to the playoff final at Wembley. Yeah, were good days out. We got promoted. We started again. Yeah, it was okay. And then there is that, option 4. Now, while all of this is happening, Carol, my beloved wife, is making signs at me and giving me notes. And, oh, yeah. Fun. She said, who are you? Well, it's me, dear. Okay. Who am I? I'm just some bloke who watches West Ham. My old man introduced me to West Ham in 1962. I remember the European Cup Winners' Cup final at home to Munich, 1860. I was there. I was at that one. I've seen 2 playoff finals. The most important recent game was the Seville game. I've since seen us lose at home to Crystal Palace and Brentford, which wasn't much fun. And now, because of ill health, I don't really get down to West Ham very much, and I don't enjoy it. It's no fun anymore. So listen, anyway, to wind up, what am I saying? We can moan and we can groan, and that's fine, and it's right that fans do that. But I think for individuals supporting the club, I think it's important if we can get clear in our own minds what we each individually want. Now, we all want different things, and that's okay. We're a family, we talk to each other, we've got different ideas, we share ideas. Don't have to argue about it. We want different things. But certainly for me in life, whether it's football, work, well, I don't work anymore, relationships, it don't matter what it is. If I know what I want, then I'll make life a lot easier. It really, really does. And who doesn't want a slightly easier life? Anyway, whatever, come on, you irons, go on, we can do it. Cheers.